Welcome all. In this program we will see how to make the programs for external interrupts in embedded C. So we have used kill here, and let's have a problem statement like this. Using the embedded C, write a program to count number of persons present in a room and send it to port 2. So say there are two doors to the room, one for the entry and other for the exit, and sensors are fitted to doors for the count. The sensors at the entry door sends a trigger when the person enters from the entry and send it to the INT 0 pin of 8051. And same way the sensors at exit door sends the trigger when a person exits from the exit door and sends it to the pin INT 1 of 8051. So here we will use the interrupt feature of the 8051. So you can see the program here. We will use a counter variable to count the persons. So for that we use a variable count and initialize it to 0. Then we will make the interrupt program for INT 0. So it is like this: void internal 0 ISR. This is the name of function. This is for INT 0 and other is for interrupt 2, which is INT 1. So when the interrupt 0 is triggered, the count would be incremented, and when interrupt 1 is triggered, the count would be decremented. And there is a check over it that when the counter becomes 0, it will not be decremented further. That's why a condition is written here, if condition is given here. The next part is to initialize the interrupt. So in the main program, we first make port 2 as 00, assuming that initially there is nobody in the room. Then we will activate the interrupt SFR. So 85 is written so that we can enable the master interrupt pin as well as the external interrupt 0 and external interrupt 1. Then here IT 0 is set to 1 and IT1 is set to 1, so that interrupt would be triggered only at the falling edge and not at the positive level of the input. And then in the main program we will just display the count on the port 2. So whenever the interrupt occur, automatic the concerned interrupt would be activated and the count would be either incremented or count would be decremented. So now let us compile the program. So we will compile it. Error 0 and warning 0. So now let us go to the debug mode. So here we will now run our program. So here is the button for execution, run. Now here you can see initially the port 2 is 00, and when the trigger is given from external interrupt, which are here at pin number 3.2 and 3.3. So now let us start with 3.2. So here as I give the trigger, the port 2 keep on incrementing. In the same fashion, if I trigger on pin here 3.3, it will decrement. You can see the decrement in port 2. Now as I further give the trigger, the P2 will not decrement because it is already 0 and we have given the condition in the program. So now I once again increment by giving trigger to INT 0, and you can see here if I trigger on INT 0, then the counter increments, and on INT 1 it would be decrementing. So here everything is based on the interrupt. The main program is doing nothing, it is only displaying the count on the port 2. So this is how the interrupt programs are very interesting and very effective to use. I hope you understood the program. You can rewind the video and watch again and again so that you can understand the program better. Thank you so much.